The question slipped out of her mouth before she could stop it. Can I leave early today? The room fell quiet, not the comfortable kind of silence, but the kind that pressed against the ears, heavy and sharp. Every keystroke in the open plan office seemed to pause. Heads didn't turn, but everyone was listening. You didn't ask that question to him. Not to Adrian Wolfe, the self-made millionaire whose name sat on the building in polished steel letters, whose schedule ran tighter than a vault. Maya Rivera stood frozen beside his glass-walled office, fingers clenched around a thin folder. Her heart pounded so loudly she was sure he could hear it. She hadn't planned to ask. She'd rehearsed excuses in her head, doctor's appointment, family emergency, but when she finally spoke, honesty betrayed her. She was exhausted, she was overwhelmed, and today, more than anything, she needed to breathe. Adrian looked up slowly from his laptop. His eyes were unreadable, the way they always were, calm, calculating, distant. He was known for two things: building companies from nothing and never tolerating weakness. Maya braced herself for the polite refusal, or worse, the cool disappointment. Instead, he leaned back in his chair and studied her. Why? He asked. The single word felt heavier than a lecture. Maya swallowed. My mother, she's not well. I've been covering extra shifts, and her voice wavered despite her effort to steady it. I won't make it a habit. I promise. For a moment, Adrian said nothing. The silence stretched until Maya wished she could rewind the last 30 seconds of her life. She had bills to pay. A younger brother in college. A mother who depended on her. This job wasn't just work, it was survival. Then Adrian spoke again. You can leave early, he said. Relief rushed through her so fast it almost made her dizzy. Thank you, she breathed. But, he added, lifting a finger slightly, there's a condition. Her relief stalled. Conditions were rarely small when they came from a man like him. What kind of condition? She asked carefully. He stood, tall and composed, and walked toward the glass wall, gazing out over the city below. I need someone I can trust, he said. Someone who understands pressure, responsibility, and sacrifice. I've been watching you, Maya. Her stomach tightened. Watching her. I have a deal to offer, Adrian continued. You help me with something important over the next 3 months. In return, I'll make sure your workload here becomes manageable. Flexible hours, a significant raise, and full medical coverage for your mother. The words hit her like a wave. That's too much, she said softly. What exactly would I be helping with? He turned back to her, his expression serious but not unkind. A project that requires discretion. Long nights, difficult decisions. It won't be easy. Maya felt the room spin slightly. This was the kind of opportunity people dreamed about, and feared. Deals like this changed lives, but they also carried weight. She thought of her mother's tired smile, her brother's late-night calls about tuition, the constant anxiety that lived in her chest. What happens if I say no? She asked. Adrian didn't hesitate. You leave early today, and tomorrow, life goes on exactly as it has. That honesty surprised her more than the offer itself. Maya took a deep breath. I'll do it, she said. The next 3 months tested her in ways she never imagined. The project was intense, negotiations that ran past midnight, setbacks that threatened millions, moments when failures seemed inevitable. Maya learned quickly that behind Adrian's reputation was a man carrying his own scars. He had grown up poor, caring for a sick parent, making deals no one else would take. Because he had no safety net, there were nights when Maya wanted to quit. Nights when exhaustion blurred her vision and doubt whispered that she didn't belong in rooms filled with powerful voices and ruthless ambition. But every time she faltered, Adrian pushed her, not with cruelty, but with expectation. You're stronger than you think, he told her once, after a particularly brutal meeting. Don't shrink yourself just because the room is loud. Slowly, something changed. Maya's confidence grew. She began to speak up, to challenge assumptions, to trust her instincts. Adrian noticed. Others did too. One evening, as they wrapped up the final phase of the project, Maya realized something startling. She wasn't just surviving anymore. She was thriving. The deal concluded successfully, exceeding every projection. Investors were satisfied, the company soared, and true to his word, Adrian honored every part of the agreement. Maya's mother received the care she needed. Her brother finished college without debt. Maya moved into a role she had never dared imagine for herself. On her last day as his assistant, Maya stood once again in front of his office, heart steady this time. I wanted to thank you, she said. Adrian smiled faintly. You earned everything you received. She hesitated, then added, you know, the day I asked to leave early, I thought you'd say no. So did everyone else, he replied. But sometimes, the smallest questions reveal the strongest people. As Maya walked out of the building that evening, the city lights glowing ahead of her, she understood something she would carry forever. Asking for help wasn't weakness. Neither was seizing an unexpected opportunity. Life didn't always change with grand gestures, sometimes, it shifted with a single brave question and the courage to accept the answer. And from that day on, Maya never underestimated the power of speaking up, or the doors that could open when you dared to believe you were worth the deal.